Well, this is Baruch Fleischman here at the Tikkun Elevator Kollel, and this is the Shir and the Sifra Tzniuta. This is the second time through this for me because I forgot to record it the first time. If only I could do stuff like that. And but the thing is about this, it needs to be read again and again and again. This is introducing context, and one of the things that the Rebbe Shimon does, but you see that we're way down here on the line. Let me finish the thought. In Rebbe Shimon Kavayachol is a name dropper. He keeps dropping in different ideas that don't necessarily have contextual value, where I could actually see and understand connections. Instead, what you get is different definitions or different words or different ideas that do not necessarily fit together. Let's start here and let's understand. They're made out of the two shoulders of Ericanpin, that is where their heads are located. Cain zer anpin zer benuk malvishin the base pirkim shunded, and that's the Ericanpin. So that we see also at the same time, that's up at the Eva, which are male, female, or up at the top, and then at the bottom, at the nigh of Ericanpin, there you're going to find there you're going to find Zohar Benuk. Sham Omdim Zar Benuk Mubar Bebe's Kaspet Kaspetum Ach, and that's where you find the concept of male female back to back. The Zechab the Sod Steak Sefos Chovros, this is the secret of the two shoulders, and this idea of shoulders is very important here because it hides within it the word Kosef is 500. 500 is 10 times, rather 100 times the 5 Chasadim and 100 times the 5 Geburos we talked about right and left over there. It's a complicated thing. If you're following me, God bless you. The Gevar Yudato, so if you already know, Ki Metrin Kaspim Elu de Ericanpin, from the two shoulders of Ericanpin, Shehin La Chasadim Geburos, which is the Chasadim Geburos, this Pashtim Gam came Acher Kach Ad Daser Anpin. So he says, but the Mocha, the two shoulders and the Shefa of Ericanpin, the head could within the one is the right side is Chasadim and the other side is Geburos. This Pashtim Gam came Acher Kach, but they also continue go until they reach the Das of Zeranpin. Now this is really what we want to know. How the world of Zeranpin is built. Ve'elacha beis kas v'kasvayim de Ericanpin came Shehem Chasadim Ugeburos de Ericanpin. So these two shoulders representing the Chasadim Geburos de Ericanpin. Noitel Zer Anpin takes them from them. Hey Chasadim B'dashabo B'sod Trid Itrin. So he takes from them, and he explained he does not just that. He gets the Chasadim and the Geburos. V'achar kachu nosin akasav v'echad deduk. But then he takes one of the spine, which once again, this concept of kasef, you have to understand at the origin, it's really a number, the number 5. So this is how things actually are built. So the 5 gets magnified by 10 times 5, and then 10 times the 10 times the 10 times 5, which is 500. This is what they want to put us at and give us the concept of this 1,000. Now, why Rebbe Shimon leads us like this is what Rebbe Shimon does. So he says, Echad the Nukva, so one of the 500s goes to the Nukva Shehem Ehe Geburos, because of the Yamin, that's the left side. It has 500 Chasadim, is Pashtin, Beguf, it is their Anpin, this is the concept of 1,000. So Rebbe Chesed Ad Hod. V'amnam b'dechida b'esak kasefos nitnan is their Anpin the Bada. And understand, really, originally, they're both given to Zer Anpin, not the Zer Anpin and then the Nuk. However, the Hinei Noidah, Shedel Beis Kaspim, Shehem Elef, Heim Nim Shachim B'das to Zer Anpin. So ultimately, they wind up in the Das of Zer Anpin. So, and he said, V'chem Neknasim Dehidacha B'tocha Yisod the Iman. First thing they do is they go into the Yisod of Iman. V'achar Kach Nislavshim B'das to Zer Anpin, and then after that, they join together in the Das of Zer Anpin. K'noidah Shemochin the Zer Anpin. The Menai, the Ima, the Mochin, the Zer Anpin are made from the Nai, the Ima, because Ima, her Tzadi, the Tzadi, which is called the Tzadi, the Tzalom of Ima goes into Zer Anpin and deposits the Mochin. Zemash Amala El name is Antem Bekis the Skarab. Now here we have to go into a different concept. Because which we said yesterday, we'll define this and then just make a comment about it. The name is Atem Bekis the Askarab, Pirish, Shikavarn is Boyer La'el. So it's already been explained above. The Askaraba Hema Mochin, the Ima has to do with the Mochin of Ima. Benimsa she'elo ha'alaf amin is atnim b'ne'achazim zer anpin. So let me read again. Pirish. It's already understood that the Askaraba refers to Ima, that's Bina. Nimsa she'elo ha'alaf almim. So it comes out like this: that these 1,000 years that we're talking about, which is the two shoulders, which Kosef is a gematria 500. Misachadim b'nechazim b'zer anpin, they join together with zer banpin al yedera b'chagad nai, the ima through the chagad nai of ima, hanikra askaraba. Now we're getting this idea. Amnam amro b'kista pirush. So we had this kind of it's a kista that also has to do with where my words for askaraba, the kista, the b'kista. And it goes with the Askaraba, who gives the kista. Pirush adavarim shehine noida kashazer anpin b'so dormita. So we're going back to the Nesira, the concept of Nesira, when zer anpin is in the state of dormita. So v'yapel Hashem elokim tardema. Shahaz mistalkim nayi the ima, because then what you see is that the nayi of ima leaves zer anpin. Ima mochim shebechem go resha the zer anpin from his head. Va'az hu kagashan, so he's like sleeping. Now they're gone from him. Nimshku the nukva, they go and extend over to the nukva. They come out of the top of his head and go into her head, which is on his backside. Derek Akre Kosboy is their anpin. Now to get to her, you have to pass below the shoulders of Zer Anpin, because the shoulders of Zer, I'm just thinking this, the shoulders of Zer Anpin are above the chaza. She's at the chaza Zer Anpin, and the shoulders are up above that. So you have to pass by them. Maybe that'll help me understand this. The Reach by Kosbod is Zer Anpin, but Al Yedericain, and through this, Miss Gedelas parts of a nukva besod v'yapel l'shem elokim tardema. So this actually causes the growth of the nukva. Sure, he puts their anpin to sleep, and all the mochim go into the nukva. V'im Hashem elokim esatzel, etc. Hashem elokim, who's Hashem elokim, who's Abba v'ima. Hamafilim sheinach zer anpin, that cause zer anpin to go to sleep. Al Yedei Histalkus Nai Shalachem B'manu, by removing their Nai from him. So the Oz who Yoshin, and then he goes to sleep. Ubainin Abba B'ima as the Malchul B'sod Tzela, etc. That's that language. V'zera B'sod Mapel Hevlei Shena Al Einoi. That's this idea which it says Hamapil, who caused the fall, the heaviness of the slumber. The Hevlei means like the sands of sleep, let's say. Let's try that. Shina al aine on my eyes, umeir the isham bas ayin, and then shine onto Malchus. Be Malchus. V'noda could be eight shina tzarek sheyashar bo kista dekiyasa, but when he falls asleep, he has to have some small bit of a kernel of life force. Kenitzka bezoer. He said a besod kista dekiyasa, which is the sod of this kista dekiyasa. And this is given from Bina, the Zer Anpin, onto his backside. As they shemispashetes bo derek achra, because this kiss of the chiyas starts spreading down his back for the backside. Let me read again. He says so kista the chiyas. That knows no but Bina the Zer Anpin. Zer Anpin Bina gives this to Zer Anpin Ma'acharayim from the backside. Agidation mispashetes bo derek achrav. Why? Because this kista the kiyasa, I think that's what we mean, spreads down his back by the nukva. Excuse me. This is ima, goes down Zer Anpin and his backside in order to reach the nukva. And as it reaches the nukva, though, it leaves something over for Zer Anpin, koisim me'ira bo kista the chiyasa, but she never stopped shining a little bit at Zer Anpin, apparently from the outside onto his back. Now we're back at the back again. So he has the kista the chiyasa on his back. Derek Achamrayim, Shechashena, Echad Mesama B'Misa is 1/60th of that. But Tzarek Sheyishayr Bo Kista the Chiyasa Kadei Shelo Yamu, so we have to give her a little kiss to the Chiyasa so she shouldn't die. Zecha Amar, and this word saying, is Achadan Be Bekista the Askarabah. So it joins together in it, Beiska the Askarabah. Now what is that about? Well, who's joining what? Gabina Nikra Askarabah, no problem. So he said, Me'echad bo u'makasher bo, she ma'ached bo, she makes herself one that is kissed with him and joins it together with him. Now Zer Anpin now has this kissa the hiyasa. Misod hai alma kademo, so das kolil elof alfi. So he says alma kademo, so das. So this is the first, and he said that the Alma Kadmor, which I thought was Bina, now he's saying is Arbria. Now he says that the Sod of Das, that's where you find in the first world, you're going to find the king of Das, which is Bela, and his two sub-kings. Zera Kista, the he is Secha B'Meir B'Zer Anpin B'Kas Boy Ma'achroi. V'hindecha V'zecha B'Olam Alma Kadmor, so this world we're talking about, this first world, Gavarnis Boyer Shahul Be'echel Zechus the Bria. It's in the Echel Zechus of Bria. 1 second, I gotta look this up. Yeah, I'm gonna take a minute out there to make sure that I got the idea here. I never really paid a lot of attention to the names of the Hechelos. I have learned them before, but you know. Hine Zecha Be'olam Alma Kademo. Gavarnis Bar Shahul Be'echel Zechus the Bria. It's in a certain place in Bria. Now I just looked it up, and it's the Echel Gevura in Bria. So he says, Him came Echamarno de Minemis Ached Zer Anpin Bekista the His. So now you have this whole thing, I really can't understand it. He says that you're in Bria. We're trying to understand how Zer Anpin has a connection to the Chasadim and the Gevuros. I think that's what we've been talking about. How he has a connection there, and it has to do with this kiss of the Hiyasa. So he says, so now we introduce an idea. The idea is Olam Alma Kademoa, the first world, Kavarnis Bar Shahuba Echel Zechus the Bria. Well, the first world corresponds to Bria. Bria corresponds to the Bina of Eric Anpin, which is Panimi Detoda, which is the neck of Zer Anpin. So by the neck of Zer Anpin, let's say that the top of the neck is going to have the first tikkun. Maybe we could say that the first tikkun. And one particular, when the Kabbalists describe the Hechelos, they refer to the Hechelos. That word is usually used in Olam Abriya. So this is the third Hechel of the Hechel Kol Gevura. He said, "Ravim came Amarno the name is Anpin Zer Anpin Bekista the Chiyasa." So how is it that Zer Anpin joins over there with this little life force? Haka image of Zer Anpin so Yitzira, but then Zer Anpin is the secret of Yitzira. Yitzira is Zer Anpin. Who is Zer Anpin? Amkan in the Yitzira. This is Zer Anpin who is set up in Yitzira. He's a Nimshach Mahai Alma Kodemor, and it comes out of this original first world, the Bria, the Yitzira, Hamnikra of Zer Anpin, and then it goes out like that. Bisham is Ached Hai Kiss to the Keys of the Kaspu. And this is the place where you see this kiss of the Hiyasa that came from from Ima, which is on the back of Zer Anpin. It joins together there, and he said, listen, Haven Zeh. He wants to give us a blessing that we should be able to understand this connection. That's just a really big idea. An idea that's too big for me. He says that he mentioned the concept of the His to the Keys. what is the word? The kiss the his. Where's the kiss the chiyus? This came as a result of the Nesira, when the Mochim and Zeranpin was asleep. So this is like the sleepiest part of the Zeranpin of Itzilus, I guess. It has some life in it, but not a whole lot. And of course, the more life is in it, the less physical it is. So therefore, it's perhaps we could make that drush. This is that it is just a little touch of the chiyus that is contained in Ima. And that joins together, and he says, there anpen b'sham nisached chai kista the chiyus of the kasboy on the shoulders there, which is the concept of these 2,500, which is the concept of Asad and Gaburos, v'hadin kan divich Sharon. That maybe helped some, I don't know, a little bit more. So now we went and we talked about that. And he gave us a blessing that we should be able to understand this. So I need more help. Shabir Khan, this is a new idea. Reisha Achre Kasvin. The head is on the back of the shoulder. Aver Vizoim, so it goes out, it foams, so I guess it fights, it gets angry, and Noter Vigonis Chadla Elef Yomim, and it becomes a protector with all of these Mari Maginim. Zera B'Tadbit B'Mashi Yisbar Lokamon, I'm going to understand the B'Pashas and so. Almaka the Mocha the Nafi B'Tekundaka the Mo, Shalat V'Nachi V'Sadak La'alef, Alafim Riva Ravavin Mari Trisi. So it's a huge number, a multiplying number. He says Alma Kadimah, the first world, which you said is Bria, and particularly we're talking about the third Heichel of Bria. He said, or the Heichel Slus. He says Alma Kadimah the Nafeg Mitikunda Kadimah that comes out of the first Tikkun right here at the Peah of Eric Anpin. Shalit, the Nachis, the Salik, the Elad, it goes, it takes control of that. It settles there. The Nachis goes down, the Salik, and then goes up. And we had a whole drush about this, going back into the Mokstima in some way, bringing back these Aleph, Alafim, Rava, Ravavin, Mari Treason, shield bearers. I mean, name is Achdim, the case the Rabbi Azka Rabba, and in that place, where? From it, that is, I don't know what the it is, Misachnin the Kista Ba'azka Rabba, that's where the Yichud takes place with the Kista the Azka Rabba. Vitikunda Kadamo Hu Dikni the Tika, we go back on that, that's where the Peah. Shehi Elef Alafim Mari Trisim, which is thousands of shield bearers. V'sham bi'arda b'ma in Cheshvon the Elef Haim, so now we've already been through the concept of 1,000. And how is it that the Bala Naginim extend all the way down to the heads of the shoulders, top of the shoulders? Etc. Begonis Chad Elef Yomim. And this now you could understand this phrase. I personally don't have it yet. Chad Elef Yomim is, I guess he means to this kiss to the Chiyasa. Is now joining together with this somehow with the Elef, which is the Chasadim and the Gevuras of Das. The Nirik of Anasa Shemavar Lashon Sifra, it's the Usakan. So now we say, let's look over here. Let me see, I'm going to get this back down. See it good. The Nirik of Anasa Shemavar Lashon Sifra, it's the Usakan. Reisha Achora Akaspin Ba'ofen Gazel. So that phrase, that the head is backwards on the back side of the shoulders. It means this. It means this. Let me get this zoomed in. He says, "Shuhu Alma Kadamah So Das." It's the first Alma, the first Tikkun, which is the secret of Das. V'hu Ba'olam Ba'olam Habariya. Where is the secret of Das found? It's found in Olam Habriya. Shehu Sod Ima, which is the secret of Ima. So Ima is in the in the throat of Zeranpin, and on the back of the throat, that we're going to find Olam Bria. Well, this is how things work. That would be the Bria of Atzilus, because it's moving away from the source of the light, which is the top or inside of Zeranpin, of Eriganpin. So let's hold on. This the das v'hu ba'olam ha'bria shehu b'sod ima hine mispashet mimenu kista the keys of the das achora akasmin to the back of the shoulder. Achref kasvayim the olam ha'yitziva. So he said de achrav because through his backside nimshach ha'ara la'olam ha'siyah. Believe it or not, there's a ha'ara that comes off of the back that goes down to Olam Asiyah. So it seems like now he's come to this point where he's saying there's a kista, the chiyasa. It joins together somehow with the chasadim and the geburos. It makes a oneness with them. It creates a certain amount of glow in Zeranpin and off the back of Zeran, which is Olam Yetzira. This originally was planted in Olam Abriya in the third Hechel, on the Hechel Zechus. I call it the third, I'm the third. Which is the secret of the nukva that's standing on his back. So the ha'ara that's coming out though is called 1,000 days. Why? Because Zeranpin goes with the word days. Yehusod Elef Omim, which is the secret of 1,000 years, 1,000 worlds. Yehusod Gaburs Dadas, and we understand the word thousand goes with them. Sheyesh bechem bebeis pamin top kuf, so beis kas volume, al pi zera be'arno bebir amashul kan. So there's so much more here that we could be looking at. That's it, Baruch Fleischman, people in elevator Koel. There's still a lot to see because the little pieces are only being drops at a time that I put them together.